Ryan.
Hey, John.
You want to know something funny?
What?
There's something we have in similar.
What's that?
Your team and my team are not in the playoffs.
You know, one team was in it, one team should have been in it, and now we're both on the sideline. Hey, James, how you doing?
Neither are our teams. Yeah.
Oh, who's your team?
The Giants?
Oh, yeah. That was... I forgot. The yellow shirt's throwing me
I know.
off.
I know.
I'm not even gonna lie.
And I know we're talking about the playoffs right now, but I completely forgot. I just really like this shirt.
That's
So,
okay.
it's
I mean,
comfy
me too.
And Kenny's team died with Roger's
Yeah,
Achilles.
Kenny's
It's
team
fine.
died really early.
JEDS.
Jets.
Hey,
Oh, maybe next season he's coming back.
Yeah, next year. It's always next year.
Yeah.
it's been next year for the Jets for 30 years, for Kenny's entire lifetime.
Come on, don't say that. No. When I was young, they were hot.
When?
Probably like late 90s.
When you were still a baby?
Did you consciously know what was happening on the screen? They had TVs back then?
Yeah, black and white.
It was a joke.
Okay.
Maybe early 2000.
That's fair. No, it's exciting. Listen, man, the end of the football season's coming to an end.
It
we
is.
got
Yeah.
this
Did y'all
weekend.
have Mark Sanchez at one point? Sorry.
The butt fumble.
Butt fumble. It's one of the most iconic historic
It
plays in
is.
Jets history.
NFL. It's up there, man. Ken doesn't like it. It's fine.
You know what?
What? Here comes the extreme.
It was a solid attempt, but Mark Sanchez was a terrible decision from the gate.
Dude,
Terrible decision from he. I don't even want to talk on the topic. That's how bad I think
two
Mark Sanchez.
AFC championship appearances with him.
Yeah.
I think Mark Sanchez. You can't even say he's overrated because he's not even rated. He's just like not even on the fucking.
I think
board.
he overperformed. He outperformed expectations coming in.
Would you say that he was underrated then?
No, I don't think he's rated at all. It doesn't get a rating.
I would agree that he was underrated.
He doesn't even get a rating.
Wasn't Rex Ryan
He was
the coach
also
during
under-
those days?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
He delivered some
You know
great
how I know?
content.
Because they beat the Colts twice to go to those games. Fucking terrible. Peyton Manning, great quarterback, couldn't fucking get it done. All but one time.
I don't want to talk.
Twice.
You know what? You want to hear something
He
about
had
it?
a crazy
Want to hear something
career.
about a really overrated quarterback?
Yeah, let's do it. Who?
Dak Prescott.
You
Wow.
You guys had this debate like 4 years ago at my parents' house, and we're still
That was when
talking
you
about
had
it.
him on fantasy, right?
Yeah, if you want to lose, just draft. Dak
Okay,
Prescott.
but no, because I hate to say it. I know that season didn't end well, but he saved my fantasy season this year.
He did play
He
well this
started
year.
off like, what the fuck's going on? Why'd you get 4 points when you
Right.
put up 40 against the Giants?
Right.
Fuck you. But he took me into the playoffs. I got 8th. I'll take it. I was supposed to get last.
Oh yeah,
And you were trying to lose. That's the best part.
I was.
You were trying to
I
lose,
didn't.
and you still did well.
I say I was trying to lose, but I also wasn't going to like make it so that way everyone else can win. You know.
Right.
You were
So
trying to lose fantasy football.
Yeah. Okay. There's a reason
Why
why
the fuck
though.
would you do that?
No, it's because no one does the fucking punishment in our stupid ass
Here we
league.
go. I was not prepared
So
to get
I
crushed.
was going. It's not your fault.
It
It's
is my
because the
fault.
people who lose
The leadership team is weak
did
of our
not follow
fantasy
through.
football
One
league.
of them sitting next to me.
I didn't do mine because I was supposed to do mine and COVID happened,
That is true.
and I was never reassigned an assignment.
There
And
was
I'm not doing
there was a
something
couple of
stupid with it.
reassignments that had happened that
You
were
know,
never
it's-
seen through.
It's my fault.
So
as
I was trying to be
commissioner.
the
When was
one that
I
actually gets it done.
reassigned? When was I
my
reassigned?
We were
fault
supposed
as
to do
co-
something at his bachelor
It's
party.
my fault as commissioner.
What did I do?
failed.
Oh, wear a shirt or something
Yeah, it
like
was
that?
wear
Yeah,
a
go.
shirt and
You were
go
gonna
out.
go out and get hammered in your
He made
stupid
it,
eyes.
he made it really, really easy for you guys.
It was my
couldn't do
bachelor party too,
Yeah, and you bought
and
the
you all
shirts.
told me to fuck off.
Yep.
Yeah, I forget what it said, but I'm not wearing a fucking.
Said I'm a big ass
Oh.
pussy and I
Oh,
lost to
so-
fantasy football.
Yeah.
I had
Oh
the
yeah, I'm
receipt.
gonna do that when I could just wear a fucking nice shirt out in the town.
No, it's
That's
my,
the
listen,
point of a
poor leader. It's poor leadership. You know,
But
I'm
we don't need to
looking at
talk about
retirement.
fantasy.
That was a
fine.
random.
We don't need to talk about fantasy.
And you know what? I won last year, so
Good for you. That's great.
have you won?
Only
No, but
two
I've never
championships at this. Two champions at this table.
You know, I'm gonna go get the trophy right now.
I mean,
oh, you could.
Go get the fucking trophy.
No, don't leave the podcast room, bro.
That'd be kind of funny, actually.
Maybe.
Go get the trophy.
All
My
right.
name's on it.
Go ahead, John. You had something.
I got nothing.
All right, let's talk playoffs. Let's go back to the playoffs.
He's still thinking about Dak Prescott.
Listen. He's got something up on his screen. I don't know
I
if he
got
wants
nothing.
to share it.
I got nothing.
I'll share it.
I got
got
the
nothing.
2022 stats of
No, I
Dak
got
Prescott right
nothing.
here.
He's got the Dallas Cowboys.
I got nothing,
Sorry,
dude.
I got something that made me think of it. because I was shocked when I saw this. Shocked. But the Houston Texans are playing this. They're playing. They're still in the playoffs. And when you look at the Houston Texans, that I think laughable franchise, some would say, always a loser. Not a lot of winning going on the last 20 years. They have more playoff wins than the Dallas Cowboys in the last 20 years. At 5.
I'm pretty sure I saw a stat that who is, why am I forgetting his name? Quarterback for Tampa Bay.
Was this Jeopardy? Who is
Baker Mayfield?
Has more playoff championships than Dak Prescott and the Cowboys.
Playoff championships?
Or playoff wins. Thank you.
Wins?
Sorry.
Very possible.
It was like, because they only have, 2 in the last some odd years? 28 years, it was 2?
John's not going on bachelor parties anymore because every time they go, the Cowboys are playing, and we get to witness.
Is that true? That's hilarious. It sucks. I'm sorry for you, man.
It's okay. I'm not happy right now.
Just change teams.
All right, they'll be fine.
Don't bring our podcast down because
Yeah,
you're
come
upset.
on. Good vibes.
Good vibes only.
Okay.
Mindset.
All right.
So,
Thank you,
Mindset.
Austin Marks.
just gonna go out here. As you can see, I'm wearing a New York Rangers hat. I'd like to throw this out there on the record. Yes, I am a Dallas Cowboys fan. I'm a New York fan in every other sport. New York Rangers, New York Mets, basketball, whatever. I like the Nets. But I am a Dallas Cowboy. I followed my brother. I followed my dad's footsteps. Okay. I think these 3 gentlemen here can agree. I'm a pretty neutral, middle ground Dallas Cowboy fan. Am I
Yes.
not?
That's why we're friends.
You're by no means.
That's why we're friends.
I'm
We're not
a-
obnoxious.
I am realistic.
We're friends. I'm a Giants fan. You're a Cowboys fan.
That's
We're
true.
friends.
That's
An
true.
interesting relationship there. It's good. Good.
The last decade, it's been a disaster. Clean the fucking house of the Dallas Cowboys. It's that simple. Get them all out.
Jerry included?
Jerry Jones, it's time to step down and act as a fucking owner of the Dallas Cowboys. You don't got to have your hands in the decision making as a GM. You don't got to have your hands in the fucking press conference. What owner does a press conference minutes after the game? Only Jerry Jones. Great businessman. Brings in dollars, brings in revenues. I'm over it. I am over it. I am upset. I am mad. Every single playoffs, every single week, every single year, it's the same story. This is the year for the Dallas Cowboys. And what happens? I got Stephen A. Smith showing up on my feed, pissed off, excited, whatever his mood is at that given time, just crushing the Cowboys. You got Skip Bayless throwing his jerseys away, putting on a fool, putting on an act. The Dallas Cowboys are America's team. They will forever be America's team. But if you tell me that they are 4-11 since 1999,
There it is.
there is a serious problem, and I'm over it. We got Dak Prescott. We got Micah Parsons. We got the whole CD. We got everybody showing up against Green Bay. Mike McCarthy, one game you had to win, and it's against Green Bay, and you blow it. Dak, you do terrible. Defense, what the hell's going on? Today officially, Mike McCarthy is coaching for his job.
Yes.
They are not renewing his contract.
They shouldn't.
No. He's got this last year. So, if he doesn't win, it's Super Bowl or bust this upcoming year. You got Dak Prescott, Romo 2.0. Stats are there. He's a great leader. I love him. At the end of the day, we could be in a worse situation with a different quarterback. You got to show up when it matters, and unfortunately, the Dallas Cowboys do not show up when it matters most. End of rant. Thank you. Can we
That's
proceed?
okay. Not yet.
need a
Do you share
Do you want
Micah
tissue?
Parsons? You brought him up. You also brought up Skip. Do you share Micah's feelings about Skip Bayless as a Cowboys fan?
Repeat the question.
Micah Parsons called out Skip Bayless for being a fair weather Cowboys fan. He's like, oh, he wants you to come on my podcast, lovey-dovey, you're the best, and then Skip's crushed him because they lost. And Micah called him out for it. So as a Cowboys fan and knowing Skip's passion, whose side do you take?
I don't take either. Skip Bayless is a crazy guy. Like, well, let's just throw it out on the record.
Okay.
He'll say whatever it takes.
Okay.
Obviously, whether you're not, you disagree or agree, he's gotten to the point where he has his own show. He's one of the most popular, one of the biggest figures in the industry of what he does.
100%.
He is a professional, and he did something well to get there.
Right.
That's it. Now, I mean, at the end of the day, he says some shit for clicks. He has to. I don't really care. At the end of the day, Micah Parsons needs to play football and needs to show up in the playoffs when it matters.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I care about.
All right.
And I'm over. I'm over the star, America's team. I'm done. I'm just done. I'm fed up. I will fucking root for the Cowboys. I will lose life off of the Cowboys. I will root them every Sunday, Monday, Thursday, whatever new fucking week comes up or day comes up.
Saturday, sometimes Saturdays.
They're going to be there every time. But my God, I am over it.
Last question. We'll get James and Ken back into this.
He's being passionate,
He is.
Kenny. Can't you just fucking let him
Yeah.
have his
This is
moment?
the same story for every fucking Dallas Cowboy. Oh, I hate the team. They're doing terrible, but I still love them. I hate them. I love them. I hate them. I love them. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them.
Yeah,
They're
but
so
the
bad, I
problem
love
is,
'em.
the problem is it's you fuckers that talk the most about the Cowboys. It's other teams that talk about the Cowboys the most. It's the fucking media that brings the Cowboys up.
Do you-
Cowboy fans normally, yeah, whatever. We got all the hype, da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, we're billion dollar franchise, yes. But do not tell me that the media and all you other fucking sports fans do not talk about the Cowboys more. I will go on record and say that. Tell me you don't talk about the Cowboys when they don't even be brought up. You brought up Dak Prescott for no fucking reason.
I think
Dak
that is
Prescott
I
played
think that
terrible.
is
Nah, he's
your-
overrated. Why? Because he plays for the Cowboys.
No, because I fucking improperly drafted that motherfucker on fucking fantasy football. That's why I brought his ass up.
Ken's got a personal connection to Dak in a bad way.
Yeah, I mean that's that. I fucking drafted him, and he sucked.
4 years
and
ago.
that was it.
4 years ago.
I think the reason that you guys bring it upon yourself.
Yes, because every
You-
year
you
it's
guys-
Super Bowl or
it's-
bust, and it's you
But
guys
it's
aren't
the
close.
media that does it, dude. It's Vegas. It's the odds.
It's Jerry.
That's not Cowboy fans. Yes, are Cowboy fans delusional? I fucking said that 3 minutes ago, maybe 10 minutes ago. I don't even know how long I've been talking. I'm not discrediting the craziness and the fucking delusionalness, if that's even a word, of the Dallas Cowboy fan base. I'm not saying that. But you cannot tell me that every single person, whatever streaming platform, whatever channel, whatever outlet, is not bringing up the Dallas Cowboys. They want to bring up the Cowboys. Why? Because it gets clicks and it gets views. It's the number one fan base. It's the most generating.
I think it's the number one
most
team that has
generating
the most
franchise
potential that goes bust
in the world.
and keeps going bust frequently.
Cool.
I think that if the
People
Eagles
love it.
People love it.
I think if the Eagles did not win a Super Bowl within our last 5 years, whatever it was, then they would have probably those fans would be in the same position because they're diehard. They always think their team is the best. They did have a good run. They've been having a good run. But if they were in a position where they spent as much on salary caps, they continued to drive the same type of opportunity, but when bust the first fucking playoff game of the season, then I think that the Eagles fans and the Dallas Cowboys fans would be pretty compatible. The issue is that the Dallas Cowboys just haven't had a run that has led to much success.
No, they haven't.
And then
I've got nothing on.
so the reason why I think that people get on the Dallas Cowboys fans more is because they know that the fans know that, the media knows that,
sure.
and they fucking trail them. They can't trail them on the Eagles because they've had a good run in recent years, and they're still kind of on a good run.
Did you mean troll?
Yeah, trail, same shit. So
Same difference.
I think that they just kind of like edge them to the cliff. And they lead them on a lot as far as the Dallas Cowboys, and the underperformance just leads to a lot of stress.
You know really how to get under my fucking. Out of all teams to bring up, you got to bring up the Philadelphia Eagles.
I thought about this for 10 minutes. Yes,
As you're talking about, you got to bring up the Philadelphia Eagles. They're the definition of the ones who talk the most about the Dallas Cowboys.
Tell me another fan base that is as aggressive and passionate.
There is none. The Philadelphia,
No,
they boo
it's
Santa
Philly.
Claus. They boo players who get hurt. They boo their own fan base. You win 14 games a year. It's not good enough for them. They haven't been relevant. They haven't won a Super Bowl in years. They finally win a Super Bowl.
So it's a great example. They're fucking passionate. They're
They are.
crazy.
Listen,
Dallas Cowboys fans are passionate.
Philadelphia sports fans, I'll give it to them. They are one fucking fabulous group of
They
people when
are.
it comes to the passion.
You want them in your corner.
You boo Santa Claus, you throw snowballs at Santa Claus, that is just disrespectful.
Agreed. That's why I'm not a fucking Eagles fan.
Right. That's okay.
I'm just not happy. Mike McCarthy, I'm just disappointed. As I wear a New York.
Jerry's got to go. But
Jer-
listen, I feel your pain because I got to create. Jim Irsay is pretty fucking crazy as well. Not a fan of him, but he was found unconscious in December. He's a fucking animal. Like, he does some stupid shit, and we've been paying for it. He's the Colts owner.
He's the
James.
Colts owner.
That's okay. Yeah, we're up to speed. Him and his family moved the team in the middle of the fucking night. They left.
That's the Baltimore thing.
That's yeah. There we go. We're up to speed.
I know some things about football.
You know some. You love football.
I know that there was a crazy happening this past playoffs, though.
What was that?
The New York governor.
Don't. Yes, they moved the game in the snow. We had the under.
Oh, that one, yeah. Oh, that.
Bullshit. It's snowing. Football's meant to be played outside. Football's meant to be played in the Northeast. Kenny played in the snow. He loved it.
Play where the
Northeast
ball lies.
football. Now we
I
got.
really don't understand.
We got to
how
move
you-
the game.
I think, if I remember correctly, I feel like it's because there's safety of the fans getting to and from the game.
Yes, that's definitely
It wasn't the fact that the
contributing
game-
factor 100%.
That was
know,
it for
was
sure.
gonna
Or
play
they knew,
100%.
Vegas put in a bad bet, and
The under
everyone
was- the under was
cooked. Conspiracy bailout?
Everyone
I don't know.
fucking hit the under, as you should. I
that's
think
bullshit.
Vegas called up the city of fucking goddamn Buffalo
Dude.
and said, "Hey, we messed up on the books."
You guys should have got your money back on that.
Like it's absurd.
That is bullshit.
Hey.
You make that bet because you knowingly know what they're walking into.
Right.
You didn't
Like, you-
make a
they're
bet on
walking into a-
sunshine and rainbows.
That's why you make that bet.
You walk into a
And you don't
fucking
fucking
snowstorm.
get that money back on that? That's
Yeah.
some bullshit.
But who are we?
It's almost like a game that didn't happen. Like, just out.
It's a completely different ball
Could it
game.
go down as the game that was never played? I don't know. I'm just spitting stupid shit at this point. But anyways, I thought that was wild.
I thought it was
Insane.
wild that you didn't get your money back.
I actually was not familiar with the fact that the NFL isn't the one that can move the game. That the governor could fucking do it. I mean, I get it, but I never knew that was a thing. I always thought the NFL is the one that would run the NFL.
It's
Yeah.
it's interesting.
It's
I mean,
all starting to
that's-
cross over now too.
Yeah, it seems like there's some blurred lines there.
Yeah.
But
I
that
love
was wild.
I love that they asked the fans nonetheless to come to the stadium to
Shovel
shovel
And
them out.
shovel it up,
Shovel
right?
them
Look,
out. They
Give
did
them
a
some
good
beer.
job.
Give them free something, beer at least, or get them something. No,
Well, whole city shut down, right?
They paid him.
No, they didn't pay
No, they
him.
didn't
Yeah, they paid him $20 an hour to shovel snow.
did they?
Yes.
Is it this
I-
time?
That is what Adam told me. I hope he's
I'm
truthful.
talking about
Adam's a
this
reliable
one. This
source.
one right now. They paid
Yes.
him, like
I
tomorrow,
didn't know
today,
that.
tomorrow.
Oh, I don't know about tomorrow.
Oh, this
the
weekend?
one that
Last
happened
weekend.
when they changed the
Oh, I
game
was
to
talking
Monday.
about this one. This
Oh,
one coming
okay.
up.
No.
And I only
I
saw
don't-
like they're like give them at least free beer. So if they got $20, I'll do it for $20. I mean, I'll do it.
You'd shovel some snow for $20?
Why not?
$20
dude?
an
If I was a
hour.
ticket holder, I mean, bro, Buffalo.
It looked like they were having a great time.
Listen.
The one guy that didn't have his shirt on sliding down the fucking. I mean, look, they made those fans deserve that win. They fucking came out there. They had a fucking ball. It looked awesome. It
Listen.
made people happy to see that shit going down.
Would you want to do a game in that environment, like negative degrees, tailgate, sit through
No.
it in an outdoor
Fan?
stadium?
As a fan?
As a fan.
No.
Because some people
As a
fucking love that.
Floridian, no.
I have done stuff in cold, very much,
Yeah.
very cold. Not like negative 20 or whatever it was, but in very cold weather, and it sucks. You're just trying to stay warm that whole day. Like you're fighting for warmth.
I wouldn't want
It
to play in it either because it's a kicker.
No.
No. No.
Broken toes coming at
I'm
you.
going to have those like hand warmers throughout my entire fucking body.
Yeah.
Like they're just going to be attached, taped to me.
Playing in it's a different.
I also
scene
wouldn't want
too.
to kick that ball either. That's a
a
fucking
rock.
icy rock.
Just a rock.
ruined my day.
It's okay, man.
Pick it back up. Come on.
Yeah.
Mindset. Remember mindset.
Mindset.
I am 0 for 3 on bachelor parties though when the Cowboys play. The
That's
Rams.
interesting.
That's why he's not
But
coming.
what pisses you off? Why are you pissed off?
He just fucking went on a whole
I
rant
think
about
it's
it.
it's also that
No,
as a
no,
former athlete, you can't play the game anymore, so you invest, like you put all your competitive juices into that. At least for me, and I could see there's some similarities there. He can't go out and play the game himself, so he's investing all his time and effort into these people. And my weekend, my day is gonna make or break on them.
Yeah.
And when it hits, it's fantastic. Vibes are up here, top of the world.
Well-
And when it crashes and burns, you're fucking pissed the hell
It
off.
is. It is that. And as you get older, it's less so much about the Cowboys losing. It's about the Cowboys not covering. That's where it's becoming even more of a roller coaster.
Good teams win, great teams cover. Yeah.
It's okay. It's fine. Maybe the Rangers will be good. Maybe we'll win something. Maybe the Mets will win something. Maybe one of my sports teams will win something in the next decade.
Hey, our friend group has done pretty well with teams winning. Adam's won a couple. Timmy's won a couple. Timmy's won one.
That's great.
Our time is
great.
coming.
It's good. I'm happy for them.
It's coming, buddy. Don't worry.
My teams that I like are cursed.
It's okay. As you guys is not as passionate football fans, obviously you still enjoy the experience between tailgating, game day, just getting together with people. Like, what's your perspective?
on.
Like tailgating itself.
Okay, so tailgating.
Yeah, let's start there.
Drinking with the boys.
Drinking with the boys, tailgating.
Doesn't
Great
have to be
time.
tailgating me anytime. I don't
Great
care.
time.
Call
Great
me. I'm
time.
there.
I'm
You want me on the sticks? You want me fucking whipping up some fucking burgers?
You
and
were
some
whipping it up in
sausages?
New York.
I'm fucking there.
You were whipping it up in
That
New
was
York.
awesome
We had
in
that
New York.
RV set up.
Yeah,
New
that
York was
setup
fucking
was
sick.
That setup was
With
sick.
the trailer and the fucking dude. It was epic.
TVs, and that was.
I'm
It was,
surprised-
it was like we were at a fucking candy store.
Yeah, I
mean,
could have stayed there the whole time. That
I'm
would've been
surprised
It
most
was
stadiums
like
don't do
Santa
that.
Claus at the fucking
That
Christmas
was-
morning.
That was great.
Yeah.
It was sick. We all were like, "Where the fuck is this
Music.
place?" We got there. It was like,
Yeah, it was cool. That was. I
was
would
sick.
definitely
It
do
was
that.
sick.
Sunday night football, Cowboys,
Yeah.
Giants.
Rained
Like,
a
First
little
week
bit
of the
kinda gave
season.
some-
first week of the season.
Yeah,
That tailgate was
That was
sick.
great. That was a
Sick.
really good time.
Terrible.
Even
Remember
given the rain, like that rain sucks, but
Yeah.
we made.
And
the
we were
most of it.
drunk. We were having a fucking great time.
I mean, to be fair though, if we knew, well, we paid to get in the state, but if we knew that game was going to turn out the way, we probably would have just fucking hung out at the tailgate.
100%.
You're right. You're right. The
100%.
whole
Yeah.
game because we could have watched it.
Coulda
we
watched
had the
it.
TVs for
Yeah,
it,
It was great. Like,
and we had
that's-
coverage, so we wouldn't have been hit by
Yeah.
the rain. It would have been awesome.
Yeah, we were on the 10th.
And we had plenty of fucking alcohol.
And
too.
Yeah.
food.
Oh my
Food was
We
going.
had to spend an arm and a leg trying to.
Yeah.
I could have stayed there the whole time.
Having your own bathroom right there was also like,
so clutch.
and it was
Game changer.
It was
Game
great.
private bathroom
changer.
right there like that.
The little things in life.
People were starting to try to come over and use
Yeah.
our fucking bathroom. You
Talking
had to
about
shoo them
it.
away.
Yeah,
$5 a head.
it was great.
100%. 100%.
I like that.
That was a good time. I mean, but that's like sports though. The tailgating aspect, like
Yeah.
that's the build up. It's a good time.
So tailgating 100% in. That's always good. Okay.
It's an all day. I just enjoy sports as well because it's a reason. Like you have a gathering of part. It's something where you can just get general conversation going. Like anyone can come over and talk about a sports game, and it's like an icebreaker to an event. Like you try to do a party without having that as kind of a main theme. It's just a little slow starter, in my opinion.
I just find other things to talk about.
Well, you
But
can
I
talk
do
about it.
agree.
Well,
I do agree with you. There are certain circumstances where, like, I have no idea who the fuck this guy's talking about. Like, and I'm like not good with names. So then it's like a name of someone who plays on a team that I don't really care about. And I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck's going on here.
I think, and I this is interesting with you two because I know like you guys both played sports, grew up sports. Like
Right.
you guys both like sports.
Yeah.
I think for me, the only reason why, and again, I think as I've gotten older, sports, it's great. Following your team is great. It gets harder, first of all. But secondly, the only reason why I try to say somewhat invested is more or less to just try to focus on something outside of the daily things that I need to be focusing
I like
on.
it.
Yeah.
I
And
like
that's
it.
like my escape. Now,
I'm all for that.
They've always. It's
I
always been
support
said.
you in that.
but like,
Until the escape is just causes more
Just-
fucking stress.
But here's my problem. I don't bet on sports. I do sometimes.
You
but
should.
I don't bet on sports aggressively because I know that my blood pressure will go through the fucking roof.
you don't need that.
And I would rather place my attention and energy in a different place. But like something that I cannot control
Right.
just is not my it's not my forte. If I can't control it, like I feel like I can control it in blackjack. A little bit, maybe, I don't know. At least when I say hit, that was my fucking decision. I said fucking hit. I go bust, that's all me.
I agree with that.
If someone can't catch a ball, there's just nothing I can do about that. Like I'm fucked. It's just straight up like hopes and dreams. I don't like that.
Hey.
Yeah, I saw Tim. Remember Mozart had to get like 17 yards or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
dude. Yes,
Yeah.
and he didn't.
And he didn't. And it
17
was like-
yards. Like
And
what
it
are
was
you
like
gonna do
there was
about
a
it?
quarter or something left. Like,
Yeah.
there's plenty of time. And he
Sweating
was-
that
and
bet,
Tim was
sweating
like,
it.
"Fuck yeah, this is gonna hit. This is gonna hit." And then it just fucking didn't. Man, he was pissed.
Yeah, like why am I gonna walk around pissed off all day because of something I can't
Because if
control?
it hits, then you're on top of the world, baby. It's just that
You are.
risk reward.
Yeah, I just need a little bit more skin in the game
Yeah,
for me.
that's fair.
I don't know. I just need to be more in a decisive place where I could say, well, that was my fucking call. I shouldn't have hit. Or I should have did this. But you can't do that with sports. Welcome to Hot Takes.
Where we talk about
Debatable topics.
Today's topic.
Do you think that some seasons or some sports have too long of a season?
yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with no.
I'm going to go with no as well on that one.
Okay.
See, I think that you kick it off, actually. I want to hear your opinion.
You want me to kick it off because I'm a kicker?
That was a good one.
Hey!
That was a good one. I like that.
All right. So it's greed. It's greed. The reason why the season's longer is because the fucking owners of these sports teams want more money.
Fair.
Now, there is another side of it that I'm okay with. The players get paid more because they're playing longer, right? But
If you look at it, yeah, NFL is
they have to also spend more money themselves to take care of their fucking bodies. How can you expect these guys to play hundreds of fucking games? It's insane. The injury rate's just going to be much higher. It has to be. I don't know if there's actual statistics on that yet. I'll try to look them up while we're talking. But I mean, no, like it seems stupid. Like I get it. Like what they had before seemed to be fine. Why do they keep making these fucking seasons so damn long?
I think one of the reasons football, outside of just the game itself, one reason people love football is because it is once a week and every game has that much value and importance on it. And when you get out to base, I don't enjoy baseball that much. I think it's boring. I watch the playoffs, but 162 game season, like I don't really care what's going on for a Wednesday baseball game at 1 o'clock or even during the week.
Yeah.
I'm a basketball fan. I even think basketball, like I don't really watch basketball the first, really until the All-Star break. You know, it's a lot of games. So I think for starters, just the amount of games it devalues the importance of the regular season.
One thing that I think draws out seasons is the way that playoffs are structured inside of some of the programs. For instance, NHL, right? And hockey. You're not playing like football playoffs. You're playing one game and then the winner moves on. For hockey, you're playing 5 potentially
To 7, yeah.
to 7, right? Depending on
Right.
best of. So you're playing potentially 5. So it drags out the season. But what I do think that I like about that is it gives the opportunity to the true best team, because they're not just winning based off of their best day or their best 90 minutes or whatever it is. They're basically giving an opportunity to really find the best performer and the best team. And I enjoy that and I like that. And I think it's a better opportunity for the best team to advance.
Now you're just focusing on the playoffs, though. What about the because the season is regular season and playoffs. I can get behind you on the playoffs themselves, but what about the regular season being 80 or 160 games? Like you're a fan of that?
I'm a fan of it. I do think that there's definitely a challenge there with like it being extended because of financial reasoning. I mean, I do think that there's definitely an element to that. You're definitely correct. But I do think that with playing more games, increasing frequency, you do really come to terms with like a winner's a true winner. And like if they withstand the regular season, they withstand the playoffs and how they're playing best of 5 or 7, whatever, then they're really winning. And that's their true winner. It's not just a team that had a good run for 3 months.
Okay. John, you got anything to say?
Go for it. I'm just listening.
I think it also hinders the lack of recovery time for these players too. Right? So if they keep playing, so you have 2 things here. You got frequency in play, and then because the season's longer, they get less of an off season. And I think what that also does is now you have a shorter amount of time to get better. The off season is where the championships can be made.
Yeah.
That's the building blocks. And if you take the time in the off season to build and perfect your craft, you can come in and dominate. With less of a time frame to do so can also inhibit you from being able to really do this crazy, drawn out plan and recover and all that stuff, and then come back in and just
I mean, they're doing this for
dominate.
I mean, when you're looking at the professional level, though, they're doing this for a full-on career.
I don't.
This is what
disagree with you.
this is what they do.
That's true.
So I think it's fair to say, yes, it's all about ratings. It's all about deals. It's all about revenue, for sure. I also do think, though, when you speak in the circumstance of what the actual sport is, there has to be a big enough sample size for the amount of games played. I think hockey is a number. I believe it's 82 games. I believe that's a number that the MLB should work towards to get a little bit closer to a shortened season. But with the MLB, the challenge is you have a pitcher who's only pitching once every week, give or take. So you're only getting to see that person pitch X amount of times a year. A lot of times people go to games is to see that great pitcher pitch.
Right.
You also talk about a game that is more driven through statistics and data, where you can go on a slump for an entire month and win 8, 9, 10 games. And then the next month, you could have a historic month winning 20, 25 games. Bit of an exaggeration, doesn't happen often, but it is. And that could swing the trajectory of that entire season and then land in the playoffs. I think with the NFL, yes, that is the biggest moneymaker, right? Like there's no end if what's about it. But realistically, they extended the game one game.
Right.
It turned it from 17 games with 18 weeks of a season. Still getting their bye week. I agree the recovery standpoint, but dude, they are doing this for their profession. Like that is their profession. They have enough time to recover. And realistically, I will say this. The NFL, and I'm just going to use this. We've had our banter about the Dallas Cowboys. If the season was shortened, the Philadelphia Eagles win the NFC East.
You're right.
Right?
It changes the game.
Changes the game.
Yeah.
And again, it's all about the sample size.
Yeah, that's what it is. The sample size.
Like, and it allows teams to go on runs. And you never know that. But yeah, I think it's also circumstantial on the amount. Like I think basketball, how many was basketball?
82 as well with hockey.
I kind of think the playoffs
Baseball's
that real quick.
162.
Yeah,
To tee up on
162 is
that,
baseball.
It's
If you
fucking
do have a
insane.
too
key,
long. It's
if
way
you have
too
a
long.
key player that is hurt in the NFL, 6 weeks out, it's fucking
That's it.
insane amount of
That's
the
it.
season. 6 weeks in hockey or 6 weeks in baseball is like whatever. So I think your team faces much more risk with key players injured in a shorter season, where you're creating more opportunity in the longer seasons. And you can't go to say that like football is the most dangerous sport. I mean, you get people getting fucked up in hockey.
Yeah.
So
I agree with that.
you know, the level of the physicality of it all, it does play a role for sure. But you have sports that are I would say, equal in physicality, hockey and football,
Hockey's much
with completely different levels of.
I would argue the injury factor, because you talked about the best team winning the championship in football. If you have someone that does go down for 6 weeks, from a team standpoint,
Yeah.
how deep are you? You know, what from 1 to 52, right? Where in baseball, yeah, you lose that guy 6 weeks, it's not as impactful. In football, to be the best team, you are the deepest 1 to 52. You know, that means something. And I think what's interesting with the whole playoff structure and just the longer seasons, to me, it just kind of occurred to me, but baseball, correct me if I'm wrong, basketball for sure, they continue to try to change their playoff structure to figure out what is the secret sauce. Where NFL, that's done.
No, they
NFL added
changed it
7.
a couple
Oh,
years
you're
ago.
also-
NFL added 7.
Seven, yeah. And
Throw
again,
that one out. Fuck.
that is
But
that
I
is
also would
solely
go-
more to get more viewership and to allow teams to participate in the playoffs, because they know, with that being said, it's going to add an additional viewership to whatever it is in whatever sport.
The money driven.
And
Back to
There's
the
definitely-
greed.
but also we're talking about the professional playing the sport. You also got to think about the individuals that are getting paid by that franchise. Does that have anything to do with, like, hey, are you paid hourly as a person in the
guy
back
that cuts the
office?
grass on the
Yeah,
field?
like
Yeah.
how does that work? That's a way to look at it. So if you cut a season in the MLB from 162 games to half of it, like what does that do to those individuals? Do they have to find a second job? Like, again, that's something to think about.
The local bar scene. Like
I
all
think
that.
I heard Neil
That's
deGrasse
interesting.
Tyson. Is that the science guy?
Yeah.
I heard him say this once. It was about cars. If you want something, you're gonna find a way. So his thing was with cars that everyone wanted cars, but it was chaos back in the day. Like there was no roads, there was no streetlights. So they found a way by creating those things to create order, because people liked and wanted the fact to be able to travel. Well, guess what? Sports. Fucking people want sports. They do.
Yeah.
So they're going to find a way to make these longer seasons happen, but keep their athletes healthy. So I guess it drives innovation in a way. I don't know why I'm arguing your sides of the fucking coin right now, because I'm supposed to be debating against it. But fuck y'all, I'm right.
I think again, it's just circumstantial, because I do believe the baseball, unfortunately, they just got to figure it out.
What is college's season that we played? Was it 10 or 9 games?
For football,
Yeah.
I think it was 10.
Let's
10.
be real, though.
How did you feel after
bro.
10?
Bro,
Can you imagine playing an 18-week
No.
season?
Seven-
Now,
no.
granted,
No.
that's all you're doing.
but yes, they
We
are.
had school,
Yeah.
so that's different.
It's hard to compare
But-
sport to sport on schedule. Like, it's not fair
Yeah.
to compare 18 NFL
Listen.
games to 82 basketball
Dude,
games.
Here's,
I don't know how people run like that on the fucking pitch and the fucking court.
you know what? People may not like this statement, but I'm gonna say it.
Oh boy.
Okay. Yes.
on my side, you're saying on your
no. Yes.
We're
I was-
trading mid-debate.
Yeah, right.
By the end of the mid-year in college football, I was beat.
Uh-huh.
Right? It is fighting, scratching, and then you make
Yeah.
a run into the playoffs. It's
Claw
nuts,
with your
right?
fingernails.
Yes. Like
Fight for that.
no matter what level, football is a brutal sport. No matter what position you play, da 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 da.
Mm-hmm.
In the NFL, those guys are the greatest at what they do. They are the biggest at what they do, and they are moving at speeds
that's
that we
true.
Oh, they're
can't even
moving.
we can't even freaking fathom.
No.
They're moving.
Bolt an offensive line and defensive lineman hitting each other every single play for 60, 70, 80 snaps. Like that's absurd.
Yeah.
But here's my thing. Hockey. They go every other day. Just beating each other up.
Yeah.
They do. They do.
They don't get 5-6 days. There was a back-to-back game for the Rangers when they played friggin' they played the Panthers and then they went to Tampa the next day. Like that's why sometimes I don't like how we always use football because you never really hear hockey having those conversations.
Oh, they're fucking moving.
They're
dude.
moving.
Shouldered
And
right to
those
the
guys
fucking
are getting
face.
Faster,
fucking
way faster,
They're
and
fucking
less
moving.
padding.
So
And
it's
their helmets, I haven't heard much about concussions in their league. I don't know if
Oh,
it's
they've
taken
pulled
much.
back. They
Yeah,
pulled
they
back
pulled
on
back
a lot
on
of
that.
them.
They pulled back
Early
on
in the 2000s, in the late 90s, they had enforcers.
Oh, they used to have
Enforcers was
Yeah.
way
and that shit was fucking insane.
Peter Worrell from the
Oh,
Florida
fisticuffs,
Panthers.
God,
dude.
that shit is awesome. Like,
Oh, I mean, it's great, but
I love a good sport that keeps to their tradition. You
Yeah.
allow some grappling, some scrappy fucking punches, and nothing better than a fucking hockey punch.
No.
I love
great.
it. I am there for it.
No, you
And
like
that
MMA
better
too.
stay. That better stay. That's the best shit.
Yeah, listen.
That's
hockey's-
fucking brutal, dude.
Those guys are fucking warriors. NFL players are warriors
It is,
too.
you know, to your point, Johnny. It's kind of strange if you think about it from that context of the most like hitting forceful sports usually have time in between. There's rest in between. I mean, look at the fucking MMA and boxing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Months.
most brutal
Months.
fucking sport. And you're talking about months to prepare and gap of recovery and all that stuff. Hockey does not have that.
Yeah, and you know the craziest part? They get paid the least out of every
They do.
professional
They get
athlete.
paid small
Yeah.
contracts. I know a couple
Yeah.
people.
I mean, some of them get in bank. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But most
Not
of
a
them,
lot of them.
Not a
Nothing.
lot of them.
Nothing
close.
Especially
Yeah.
MLB.
I mean,
Oh.
I'd argue though it's probably because the league itself just doesn't
Doesn't
get as
bring
many
in-
fans or whatever,
Oh,
so
yeah.
they're not making as much money. Which
Hockey
then
went
means
through
they
its
can't pay
trials
the
and
players.
tribulations, but I think the last 5-8 years, popularity's been on the rise for sure.
It's on the rise.
I mean,
Again,
people
it's-
love going to hockey games.
Yeah.
but
I love going to hockey.
Late
There-
2000s
I will
to
say in the
early
Northeast-
2010s, it was
hockey's different.
Struggle.
It's a
In
up
the
to- up
Northeast,
north.
it was a bigger sport.
of course
for sure.
Down here in the Southeast,
But you know what's crazy? The fact that Florida freaking hockey.
Yeah, I
we
mean-
got some. The team like
Tampa
Tampa,
and
Bay
Tampa,
has
yeah.
been fucking
Yeah.
crushing it for years.
Florida's
Even
on the
Panthers
rise,
last
too.
year.
Florida's
Panthers
last
year
year went on a run.
Panthers,
Like
yeah.
you know, last year they had a really awesome run in the playoffs.
And the
Like,
Toronto Maple Leafs in old Canada,
Old Canada.
can barely win a first round playoff
Well,
matchup.
A lot of the problems for like these warmer climate states and stuff, the reason why hockey's not so big is because ice time is so fucking expensive.
Right.
In order to send your kid through hockey,
Oh, it's
you
crazy.
need a fucking loan.
Yeah,
Well, that's
That's the
inverse.
whole reason why Dylan didn't play hockey. is
That's the
because
inverse of football.
My brother. Oh yeah, exactly.
'Cause up
Football,
north,
you
it's
just
so
need
cold.
fucking grass somewhere, and you can
That's
start.
yeah, but I didn't get that when it's snowing out. Right? We're
Yeah,
inside
exactly.
fucking
So that's,
wrestling at
that's
that
my
point.
point. So it's the inverse up north,
Yeah.
right? Like, so you go from that to a cold sport.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, back to the.
then
the
you
main
also got the
question.
miracle on ice, baby.
Is it too long? Is a season too long for some of these sports? I think it's all
Yes.
relative.
Yeah, it's all relative.
I think it's all.
Ty, as a
relative.
baseball player,
Ooh,
what do you
That's a
think?
trap setting
Tiebreaker.
question. Yes.
I only played in high school, and I just remember wanting to keep playing baseball. So,
this man's about to extend
Um,
the MLB season.
200 games.
but if I had to play that many games, I'd probably wish it was shorter.
Yeah.
So grass is always greener.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, let us know what you think.
What's so interesting to me outside of sports betting is just overall fandom. How you don't know these people at all, but you see them in a Dallas Cowboys jersey or
Yeah.
Colts or Jets, and you don't know their background, you don't know nothing about, but you are the best of friends, working, cheering for the same team, having great conversation, having a great time with completely random people because you have this one connection. It's just so interesting to see that and experience it.
Yeah. Sports. Sports are good. Playoffs are great. think we got to bring this up.
Okay.
I think it's relevant. James, you brought it up on one of the topics earlier.
Okay.
I think we were side chatting Taylor Swift.
Yeah. You know what? You hate to see it.
Yeah.
You really do, because Taylor Swift is fucking cool. She's a cool person.
Yeah.
She is doing awesome things in her fucking life.
She is.
She's got an awesome fan base, and she found somebody that she fucking likes and wants to spend some time with, and he so happens to be on the fucking Kansas City Chiefs. And what happens because of all this? Again, fucking what we're going to say what it is. The NFL is a fucking media company, and they just exploited this shit. I mean, yeah, the sport is not coming first. That's at the end of the day. And I think people are just getting they're over it. They don't want to see Taylor Swift on the screen anymore. Like, it's taking away from the game. Like, let her fucking enjoy her time. Like, she doesn't know where the fucking cameras are. She's not,
true. Yeah, it's
you
not
know,
her
that's a
fault.
she's not
It's not
doing
her
stuff
fault.
to just like show off.
Yeah.
Like, she is just fucking having a good time at a game, just like we fucking would.
You
You
put
gonna
a cam-
cover us constantly?
That'd be fun.
But anyways, that's the point. Like, the NFL is just over fucking done. Like, I mean, and then I think people got on the fact that like Eminem did the Detroit game. Like, I think some of the Swifties or whoever was like, well, you didn't badmouth
Yeah, they
fucking
did.
Eminem and stuff. And it's like, because
He's on there once.
he was there for inspiring the fucking city. Like, he was there for the game. He actually elevated the game. Taylor Swift is there to support her fucking boyfriend or whatever the fuck they are and enjoy her time at a game just like every fucking one else. But no, you made it about her. The day was about her being at this game, not the fact that this game was being played. Yeah. And the guys on the field are fucking laying their lives on the line, fucking in the cold, just struggling as a Dolphins, you know, I'm a pseudo Dolphins fan as well, second team. But I mean, it's just.
So I want to propose this question to you all then. So she's been to 10 games, including last week when they played the Steelers. 10 games.
No. Dolphins.
Dolphins. Sorry, I said the Steelers.
You did. That's
Excuse
okay.
me, the Dolphins. 7 wins total while she's been in attendance.
7-3.
I didn't look this up by any.
Not a bad record.
Over under. They show her 5 times
Over. Smash
this
it.
week.
This week.
Over. Yes.
5 times in the first quarter.
Do we confirm that she's there?
Oh well, if she's there, I guess that is true.
Yeah.
If she's there, 5 times in the first quarter.
Jesus.
When they walk in, when she sits down, and at every commercial break.
First time Kelsey catches it.
Every time Kelsey catches it, and every time there's a commercial break.
What? Did you guys see the one where she's like swag surfing?
Yeah.
I get it. I'm cool with 1 or 2 because even when Tony Romo was dating like Jessica Simpson, they showed her a lot. This was years ago.
Yeah.
But it's just, is it becoming a bit much? Like, honestly.
I think that's the point I was trying to.
And then, but
It's
what did we notice when we were watching it in Vegas, which was crazy?
Booed.
That was a
Everyone
lot of
booed.
booze.
People were
Everyone was
everybody.
doing it.
Food. And I genuinely, I mean, it was loud. We were at Beer Park. Yes, it was packed, but it was fucking loud. It was unanimous.
It was.
It was pretty crazy, though, because, like, every time they showed
I didn't know it
Every
was
time.
like that until we were in Vegas.
But
I
I
thought it was
genuinely
just-
think they're booing the NFL, not her. I want to make that clear.
I think that they're
CBS
booing,
too, like CBS because they're AFC. So
I think that they're booing her taking up time on the screen. Not her.
Yeah, not her
Not
directly.
the
Like,
NFL.
no one has anything
It's just the
against Taylor
screen
Swift.
time.
I mean, for Christ's sake, she was this bit was on Saturday Night Live.
it was.
I mean,
was it?
it's crazy.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
they made fun of it on Saturday Night Live.
It goes back to his point though about the Cowboys. It's on the media. The media is
that's
the one
that's
kind
why
of
I was saying
controlling
the
that
NFL is a
fucking
media
narrative.
company.
Yeah.
I understand they're not, but
CBS,
you get what I was putting
media,
down.
you got it on ESPN, you got it on every streaming platform. It's crazy. It's
People are
nuts.
sick of it, and by no fault of her own. She's just trying to live her life.
Yeah.
but people.
Yeah,
are
no,
fucking
she's
sick
just
of
Fucking
doing
have
her
a
thing.
good
Yeah, no, she's
time.
not doing anything.
Fucking helping the economy.
Actually,
My goodness.
At the end of the day, she just like goes about her life and doesn't really.
Yeah,
she's
she
not
doesn't-
attracting that.
She doesn't let it get
Any-
to her either,
yeah,
which is
no.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kudos
no,
to
for
her on that
her,
fucking
like
shit.
kudos to her, and she's like taking all that bullshit and probably some poor negative comments because of it. But it's like not her. She can't help where the camera is.
You know what?
and it's on her.
Good for her because she's allowing our wives to be even
Yeah.
a little bit more invested in football, to let us
True,
watch some
true,
football.
true.
You know, they're a little excited to watch it with us.
It was
Hey,
quite.
the game
It was
on
quite
today?
the coincidence that this is the year that the girls started a fantasy
Yes.
league, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden this blew up, right? Because then they got way more invested in it, which was cool. It was great to see. They were enjoying it. Yeah.
Good.
I think that's all we need to say about that.
Do the girls have a punishment in the fantasy league?
Let's just say that with my wife being the other commissioner, and it's been some tough times. We're figuring it out. Probably not.
I don't think so. As of right now, where it stands, no.
No, maybe next year.
Sick.
Wait, didn't Brea win?
I think she
Brea and
beat
Patty.
your wife to
Yeah.
win it.
It's funny.
Been playing this thing for 50 years and I still have never won, but my wife one time wins.
That is freaking hysterical. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Brea and Patty went head to head. It was close. Like they were like points.
I didn't know
off.
you can do multiple games as a playoff fucking appearance.
It depends
in
on
the
how
fantasy.
many.
Yeah, it depends.
How many people are in the
league
bracket?
So
setup.
weird to me.
That's what happened with all the their playoff.
I'm just going to have Brea pick my team next year. Fuck it.
It'd be the worst.
You know who her
idea in the
quarterback
world,
was?
too. Don't you dare say Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott. Who?
No comment. Did she have Christian McCaffrey?
No, she did not.
No,
But whoever
I
had
think
Christian
Duda had that.
McCaffrey.
Stud.
I know.
CeeDee Lamb. Your wife had CeeDee Lamb.
Look, Lydia's
Lydia's
take
team
on the
was good, though.
playoffs. She just had to eat it. It's fine. It is what it is. I understand there was some trials and tribulations on the management of the league. Only 4 people got into the
Oh yeah.
playoffs.
Morgan didn't know that until the playoffs actually
so
happened.
she realized week to week that she was the highest scorer every single week of the playoffs, and so she would have won the fucking league. But it's fine. She'll take the L. It's all good.
Listen.
It's good. Hey, we had the problems in our league the
Highest
first
score
time.
doesn't matter.
We had 2 fucking
not at all.
quarterbacks. That was miserable.
That was not my reign.
I get it.
Jesus.
I get it. So she's just gonna have
It's
to
very stressful.
take it on.
Figure
And
it out.
Yeah.
she'll take it on next year and see what happens. But I know she was very upset about it every week. I'm the fucking top scorer again, motherfucker. It's like, all right, well, sorry.
She was. What was she trash talking to you?
Yeah, because she was pissed. I mean, she was excited. She loved fantasy. She had a great time with it. She loves football.
Yeah. Would you say she loves it more than you do?
No,
Okay.
no.
I don't know.
I'll put it on and she does it.
As
Right?
James says, go football.
Yeah, go football, baby.
I fucking hate it when he
Go football. Don't ever take me to it.
And
was a good
copyright
time. Yeah, that was a good
infringement.
time.
Strike.
We're done. Ty, are you a football guy?
No, we found this. Go blue team. Go red team.
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't follow any sports.
team.
But you like
Purple
you like
team's gonna win
baseball,
the
though,
Super
right?
Bowl.
I do, but even when I played, I didn't. I tried to start up a fantasy team with some friends, and I gave up within the first week. I never did anything.
Ooh,
I just don't. I don't watch games.
That's a lot of fucking
Fantasy
games.
So-
baseball. Jesus.
Ty, let me ask you this
It's
question.
it's
Ty, let me,
fucking every day you're picking people.
Right.
Ty, let me ask you this question because this is my take, but I want to see if you agree with my take here. Did you enjoy playing the game obviously more than you did watching the game? You just had more fun playing it, and then after that, like you were just I don't care, I don't need to watch it anymore.
Yeah, I don't think I ever watched like a full game on TV. I'll go to a game, but that's like a whole, just
That's
like
different.
the
I agree.
experience, and that's I like being
You're
there
talking
and
atmosphere and all that,
beers
yeah.
and hot dogs. But
Yeah, really.
it's like I even then I'm not. Half of my attention isn't paid to the game. It's fun to like tune in and tune out every so often.
The preference was just playing it.
but,
though.
yeah, I
You
just don't attach.
enjoyed-
Yeah, just give me the ball to throw.
Yeah, let me be on the field. Let me have some fun. I want to do it. I get some joy watching some people do it, but at the end of the day, I just want to be able to do it. I
We
wanna
went
have
to a
some
nice
fun.
spring ball game as a team. Yeah, we went to Astros spring ball.
Oh, you're talking about
That's cool. That's fun.
work.
Yeah.
Got it.
Dude.
It's fun. It's a fun place.
I want to go to one of those banana. What are they?
Oh,
they
Savannah Bananas.
Yeah,
Dude, they
that'd
are
be cool.
big time, man.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting some
All the
slots.
dancing
They
and all
keep
the
it up.
stuff.
What a business model that owner changed the fucking just landscape.
Yeah. Looks like a lot of fun.
It's great. I mean, it makes it much.
basically Globetrotters for baseball, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's big time. It's a good story. They got it I think an ESPN. 30 for 30. There's just so many documentaries on it.
I'm pretty sure I went to high school with someone who plays on the team.
Oh, look at them.
That's cool.
Get them on the podcast.
Yeah.
Get them on the podcast.
For sure.
We'd love to talk
Reach
to
out
them.
to you, Mike. See what happens.
You know who you are.
Come on, Mike. Well,
I mean,
I don't know. There's not much else to say about it.
No.
Just
It's
excited
okay,
to watch
John.
the playoffs. See who
Yeah.
makes it to the Super Bowl.
I'm excited.
I
to eat
know
some
there's a
wings.
theory going around right now with the color of the Super Bowl emblem. Is
Yes.
Ooh,
The
that's
teams that are
good.
coming
They
through,
think it's gonna
49ers,
based off the color, Ravens and 49ers.
Ravens saw it. That'll be fucking crazy if it ends up happening.
It's the script.
Go
the
purple
NFL
team.
script, baby.
That'd be interesting.
One of these years, the Cowboys will be in it.
It's okay. I think
Cowboys Colts Super Bowl. We'll go, and because every time we go to a game, my team loses, the Cowboys will win. There's your secret sauce.
that's true. That is true.
Speaking of playoffs, just to stay on the same
Playoffs.
stay on the same sport, but let's change the medium. College playoffs is coming up. Is changing. The change is happening.
Yes, good.
It's gonna be interesting, right?
12 teams.
12
I am
teams.
excited, but I'm not excited to see where the landscape of college football goes over the next couple of years.
Yeah, well, you have all those conference
just it's
changes and stuff.
It's out of control.
It's out of control.
Out of control. Wild,
NIL
wild west.
really just made the
All for
Transfer
kids
portal
getting
go
compensated
crazy.
appropriately, but we shall see where
Everything is a 1-year contract now, and it's just. I mean, I think it was Saban. He's made the point of how you don't build maybe it wasn't
Loyalty.
Saban, but you don't build relationships. You get into coaching
Big
to
Saban
build
guy.
relationships with people, right? And you get into coaching to be a part of their journey. And now these kids come in, and how do you connect with them, especially not knowing that they're going to be there?
Yeah, I mean, isn't there like a thing like, especially for the NFL, you go through a rebuilding year. I mean, in college, you're practically
You're reloading every year.
Yeah, you're reloading. It's a little bit different, I guess.
And if you look at coaches, right? Yes, you can make a lot of money coaching, but that's the top tier. Across the country, people are in for coaching for being a part of someone's life and really helping them,
Relationships.
seeing them be successful. That's the whole reason they got into the game. And at least right now in college football, a lot of that's being nixed. We'll see.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
it's
got
interesting.
we're seeing it. You've got kids, and again, nothing wrong with kids getting compensated.
No.
They deserve pennies off of the fact they're bringing in revenue. They deserve money.
Yes.
But the fact you have individuals signing whatever NIL deal that's almost more, or if not more, than what someone who's on a rookie salary in the NFL is making is
That's crazy.
wild.
That is crazy. It's going to be interesting to see what they do, and where I'm looking at that is like when you got a kid making X amount of dollars in college,
Right.
and then he enters, and you don't always know if it meets the athletic skill level.
Yeah.
Like he's getting compensated for it because he's the top player.
Yeah, because a lot of times they're doing the contracts before they even step on the fucking field.
Yeah. So the issue that I think you're going to have here is like if they're not entering the NFL draft and they're getting picked in top seeds, then I think what you're going to have is a point somewhere where they're getting paid more from the college on AL deal
Staying one more
than
year.
they get in NFL.
Yeah.
And what happens with the salary caps and all of these just like pooled sums of money from team to team is going to be, are they going to raise them? I don't know.
Has anyone stayed in college one more year instead of
Yes.
going to the draft because they were making more money?
Yes.
There's
It's
no.
starting to happen.
It's
isn't
starting
it?
to happen. I don't think there's quote unquote concrete.
But what about
Not
what's
big
his
names,
name?
not like
Nick,
huge.
no,
Not big
but
names,
Bo
but
Nix. What about Bo Nix? Isn't he like somewhere?
he did like 17 years.
Yeah,
in
it
college,
is.
but-
But isn't he somewhere right now where he?
No, he's
No,
Good
he's,
enter the
he's
draft?
graduating. He's done. He's lost all eligibility.
Yeah.
But he's a.
I would say if you're like a late round draft pick, right? Maybe a 6th, 7th rounder, you're staying because you're getting that paycheck. And for a lot of these guys, the big
Yeah.
paycheck before it was always you try to make the dream is the NFL.
Yep.
Now you're getting that paycheck at 18 in
Why do you need to
college.
go there?
I mean, I heard Deion Sanders talk about walk-ons, $50K as a walk-on, not even scholarship. And I think the NCAA is a
Crazy.
fraud, and they need to get away from the term student athlete. I'm sick of hearing it when these kids aren't. You're not going to school if you're getting paid this type of money.
No, they're not a
The
student.
focus
They're an
is
athlete.
to keep that money going, as it should be if you're getting paid that much. But the NCAA tries to hide about the whole student athlete thing. That's where it's interesting. We'll see where the landscape goes.
Does it also play on the fact that the institution itself has to have a lot of money and be able to bring in the
Yeah,
actual
100%.
recruits now too?
100%.
The challenge
We're gonna get
is
fucked.
right now
Yeah.
is all these top schools, these top programs have collectives
Mhm.
where it's a sum of money that is donated from boosters.
The trust.
And that is how they delegate these large amounts of money. You've seen some players, rumor mill. We've still yet to see a concrete 100% like, hey, this is facts. But there's numbers where before they are stepping on the field, their contract If they stay 3 years, they're getting $1 million, this amount the next year. It's a wild time. And you know what? We're going to find out. We're going to see. It's already hard enough to be an NFL coach, to coach a grown man that's making more than you.
Right.
You're coaching now. I mean, think about our
An 18, 19-year-old.
yo, who's
making $500.
How stupid we would have been with that money.
and
too.
that's
Oh
another
my
thing.
God.
And again, it's
There's a
spending
Gator player.
NIL. The
Stupid.
NIL route has turned in from just, hey, we want to compensate players, to now it's like it's almost hurting this again programs that are not going to be able to raise that type of money. Michigan and Ohio State are going to be able to raise more money. A University of Miami, who has so many boosters, so many professional players, they
Deep
have the money,
pockets.
like, done. Again, I don't. We could
It's
spend a
just-
whole
it's
episode
gonna-
on this.
It's going to make
It's gonna
super
make the-
teams in the fucking
That's it.
NCAA. I mean,
It's going to
insane.
be teams with the most money, our best
And it's gonna be
structure,
hard
best
for these
players.
lower tier teams to be able to compete. I mean, that's kind of that's the allure of college, right? Is the upsets.
Yeah.
Anybody,
it is. It is.
Anybody can have a bad day
Any
and
given
have a good
Saturday.
day, right? Any given Saturday. And it's if you disproportionately just keep capturing so much more people because you're throwing money at their fucking face, and these other smaller teams that want to compete can't get them.
There's always been tampering. We already know that. But
Yeah,
the
yeah,
fact
yeah,
that
that's
there is
different.
no
It's public.
It's a literally
Hands
a
off.
open, non-contractual agreement after 1 year.
You got to think about the protecting the players too. I mean, there was a Gator guy, correct me if I'm wrong, where he signed a big NIL deal. He got drafted, but in the fine print, which he wasn't aware of, like
Oh,
he's
yeah.
paying out
Gervon Dexter.
Oh, yeah.
big time
That-
money from his NFL contract, and he had no idea. Like you're talking
That-
about 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, young kids, where you had professionals lose their money from 22 to 30, and they were bankrupt by the end of there. Now you're just starting that process earlier. Like you got to look out for these kids and make sure that they understand what's going on, and they probably don't because again, they're fucking 18 years
Do
old.
we know
I
if
know
they have
this.
financial advisors or anything?
You
like
hope.
that?
I
Or
know.
like-
I have a friend who is in the like legal space, and he advises. He's an attorney, and he advises through NIL deals. So he advises kids or families of kids going through those navigating through those NIL deals, and that's what he really focuses on. Not just NIL, but like any type of early onset athletic.
Have any
Financial.
they're 18 years old, right? Which obviously, if I remember correctly, like that's part of the law where like if making money and stuff, like there's different nuances that go into play with that. So like parent control, what like are parents getting involved in this at all? Has anyone heard
course.
anything?
18, you're
Maybe I'm
right.
going down a rabbit hole here. I
Of
know
course, parents are going to get involved, and you know what? That's half the.
Do they have
freaking
the right?
problem.
Is it
That's
their
half the
part of-
freaking problem?
Well, you're
These
18
kids-
at that point.
Like, that's what I'm
These
saying.
kids-
That's
well,
why I'm
yeah.
trying to say the 18 thing.
Technically,
because-
no.
No, well, no, but
They're
these
legal.
kids obviously.
Did you see
like,
Britney Spears? She got controlled by her fucking parents for.
This? So I want to go back. So the NIL deal that Gervon Dexter signed when he was at University of Florida was $436,000. He was a great player. I liked him, so he's worth every penny. The deal he signed and the representative had it in writing to where he is required to pay 15% of his earnings in the NFL pre-taxed
Crazy.
for 25 years.
What?
It's
So
your whole
again,
career. It's your whole career.
It's your whole career and more. Like,
That's tough, man.
which is absurd. And you know what? That's the problem with NIL also because you have people taking advantage of a poor kid who unfortunately they're not thinking about that. So you're going to have to get a lawyer
Do the
involved.
colleges stepped in?
So the colleges are not allowed. So head coaches are not allowed to be involved in any of this. It's separate. It's a collective. It is outside of their control. And this is what there's. And then Florida also has a lot more stricter, like. It's stricter in law and certain things.
They have
versus
certain
other
state
states,
statutes that the other states
which
don't
is
have.
nuts.
It's
Anyway,
no
we'll
different
talk
than-
about
It's a
NIL for
problem.
15 years. We're gonna get somebody to talk to us about NIL because that would be a good topic.
Yeah.
Good segue, James.
You're welcome. I tried to talk about the
Any-
playoffs. It went right into NIL.
Yeah, NIL could be a long conversation. There's a lot around that.
Bonus
'Cause
players on playoffs.
from different perspectives too. But anything else on the playoffs? Any last minute thoughts
Nope.
on the 2023-2024 playoff season?
Now, Colts are just winning the Super Bowl next year, baby.
And next year.
And the Hurricanes.
Go
And
football.
Next year.
Go football.
Are they going to have any? Damn it! There goes my dad joke.
It's okay.
I was
All right,
trying to play off of Andrew Luck, any Luck, but then that was
All right. Well, let's end on
I
this.
fucked off on this.
Let's
one.
end on this.
Sorry.
Let's end on this. Put your bet in. Who wins the Super Bowl this year?
I like the purple team.
We are in the divisional playoffs right now? Who wins the Super Bowl? That's it.
I'm thinking 49ers.
Okay, 49ers. Put your laptop down.
I jokingly say the purple team, but I really want Nick to win. Obviously, we went to the same high school, so I'm rooting for him for sure. But
Give me the Ravens.
I'm gonna go to Baltimore Ravens.
do I split?
I like the team. Done.
Per usual.
All right. Until then.
The bender continues.
All right, what's up? Hey, that was good.
I picked against them yesterday.
I know.